Mark Twain, the famous 19th century author, once told an audience, when I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand having him around. But when I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much he had learned in 7 years. On the night before I started here at Prep, I myself was 14 years old, and I was sure that my father not only didn't know anything, but he was ruining my life. Because I did not want to go to Fairfield Prep, period. But I'll tell you, within a week, I knew he was right. It was perhaps the single most important thing he ever did for me in his life, and he did a lot of things for me. And unlike Mark Twain, I didn't have to wait until I was 21 to realize that my father knew something worth knowing. Here at Prep, we train and we strive to be men for others. It's a wonderful aspiration, but that aspiration has two aspects. One I call the macro or high-level aspect, and the other the micro or retail aspect. I enjoyed some success in my life as a lawyer, and I met a lot of really powerful and affluent people. And I met more than a few who professed concern for humanity, and some of them engaged in some really admirable philanthropy. That's the macro part of men for others. But I found that many of those good men were not so good at treating individual human beings with respect and kindness if they didn't see them as equals. You know, the doorman, the custodian in their buildings, the messengers, the cashiers or store clerks, the caddies, the gardeners, the taxi or limousine drivers, like my grandfather, the waitresses and busboys, the housekeeper at the hotel, the locker room attendants at their clubs, the porters at the airport, the guys who parked their cars, picked up their trash, delivered their papers, or shined their shoes. Mostly because of the example that my father set. I don't consider it enough to serve humanity if you don't treat individual human beings with a kind and generous spirit. That's the micro part of being a man for others. The 60 years I knew him, I never saw him treat any individual with anything other than respect and kindness. Not once. It didn't matter who they were or where they came from. It didn't matter whether they were rich or poor, what color they were, or what nationality, or if they were immigrants, or what religion, or what language they spoke, or what jobs they had. He said to me more than once, "Frankie, when you see someone less fortunate than you are, remember, there but for the grace of God go I." As you proceed through life and achieve success, however defined, don't succumb to the feeling that you're better than those who haven't enjoyed your success. I'm not telling you not to compete. I'm not telling you not to go hard to reach your goals, not to go toe-to-toe for that job or that opportunity. But never succumb to thinking that your worldly success is the measure of your self-worth. Because the true measure of your self-worth is right in here, in your heart, in your soul. And the manifestation of that is how you treat other human beings.